Okay. See, I knew you were gonna be awkward.
I'm not.
Okay. So, how do we start this?
I don't know. I don't know how to start it.
Just say... Hi,
Hello,
guys.
friends and family.
So this is gonna be a video of questions that tons of people have asked us so that we don't have to keep like
I can think of one question.
messaging and texting and calling people back because it's the same questions over and over and over.
Nobody asked me any questions. I feel like
Because they know he doesn't know the answers. That's why. They ask me. And not that it's annoying, because it's not, but it's easier to just get it all hashed out in one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I'm Olivia.
I think they're gonna know who we are.
And
Kyle.
you're Kyle.
Put it in the...
So I'm 22 years old and currently 26 weeks pregnant with twins. I'm 26 weeks today. Twin boys. Kyle
Yay.
is 24. And a lot of the questions that I get from people who I haven't really talked to in a while or I went to high school with is, what does Kyle do? Like, what does he do for a living? So what do you do for a living? You could tell them.
United States Army.
So you're in the Army, what do you do in the Army?
I'm a mechanic.
Okay.
You want me to say at 91 Bravo?
Yeah, he's
I'm a 91 Bravo
Bravo.
wheel mechanic with a hotel aid identifier, which is wrecker operator.
So he's a wrecker operator. He is a diesel mechanic and he's currently stationed at Eglin Air Force Base which is in the panhandle of Florida, and that's where we live. Well, we live in Crestview, Florida, which is Eglin is the Air Force base, but it's a joint base with the Army, and that's where he works, and every day. And
Every day.
well, not every day, not
For
on the
right
weekends. But so he's a diesel mechanic. He has been in for 5 years now. And you are planning on getting out.
I am getting out.
He's getting out
Hashtag
in
2019.
2019. We are counting down the days. I do not work currently. I quit my job to move here to be with them, to be with Kyle and the kids.
Just me.
Oh, Kyle has 2 kids.
That's just a bonus.
Ava and Levi. Ava is 4 and Levi is 3. And I stay at home with Ava every day because we had to pull her out of daycare due to personal reasons.
She's bad.
She has a little bit of an attitude problem. So we pulled her out and I currently homeschool her for the time being until
Monday through Friday.
Yeah, until she goes to kindergarten. So,
Just ruined it.
that's a group text. So, oh, that's Haley. Hey, Haley, shout out to Haley. Anyway, okay, so let's get this rolling. So, questions, I wrote down some questions that I get very frequently from a lot of people. Like I said, I'm 26 weeks. And the normal, so this is, I get asked this all the time, when is your due date? My due date is May 6th. However, I will not make it to May 6th. They won't even let me. My doctors won't let me. 40 weeks gestation with twins is like near impossible. So they won't let me go past 37 weeks. And the average gestation for twins is 35.5 weeks. So we're guessing early to mid-April, right? Yeah, early to mid-April
That's what I'm guessing.
is when they will come. So I haven't even guessed like a due date or anything, like when they'll come. I haven't even.
I mean, you can.
Yeah, I haven't even tried. So early to mid-April is what we're estimating-ish, but I am measuring slightly big. Well, the babies, I'm not. The babies are measuring slightly big for how old they are or how far along I am. So they're measuring about a week and a half ahead. So that could possibly play into how long to how soon I give birth. But another question I get all the time, do twins run in your families? Because twins skip a generation, whatever.
Yeah.
I have 2 sets of twins in my family. I have cousins who are twins, and that's it. Your Aunt Patty told me that you have a few sets of twins in your family, but
I don't know them. Shout out to you guys though.
The reasoning behind twins, my doctor assured us, is because we conceived while I was on birth control. So when you conceive while you're on birth control, was that lucky 0.1% that conceives while on birth control.
Well, you tell them why you conceived on birth control. Because one of the things they tell you not to do while you're on birth control is
take antibiotics. So I wasn't thinking, and it kind of cancels the birth control out. So when you conceive while on birth control, there's a 50% higher chance of conceiving multiples.
Science.
We were super lucky, and we were the ones that got to live that ride so far. How far along when you found out you were having twins?
We're in the process of getting the house. We were in a hotel.
Yeah, I was 7 weeks.
I was across the street at Taco Bell.
I was 7 weeks pregnant when I went in for my first ultrasound. I took about seven pregnancy tests, right? 7 pregnancy tests. They're right there, actually.
I even took one to make sure I wasn't pregnant too.
I took 7, all different brands, just to make sure, and they all said pregnant immediately. Like it was no question at all. So I booked an appointment with an OB in the area. I did lots of research because I wanted like a board certified. It's my first pregnancy, so I wanted to be legit. Too legit. It's too legit to quit. Anyway, and so I went in, and the ultrasound tech put the wand on my belly and is doing the whole shebang, and I didn't have a picture up yet of the ultrasound, and she goes, "Oh my gosh." I was like, that's like the worst thing to do to someone who just found out they were pregnant. But I was like, what, like I thought something was wrong, and
it's a tumor.
And she said, "I can't believe this." And at this point I'm like freaking out. I'm like, "Can you just tell me what's wrong with me?" Because I had no clue. I didn't know what she found. And she puts it up on my screen, like right in front of my face right here. And she says, "Do you see that?" And I said, "No, I have no clue what I'm looking at." And she said, "There's 2 sacs." And at this point I'm like, okay, and my mom's in the room with me, and she goes, "Oh my God, it's twins." And starts bawling her eyes out, like screaming, bawling. Ava is also in the room. She goes, "What does that mean? What does that mean?" And I'm like, "That means there's 2 babies, Ava." And so she gets all excited. I'm the only one that's sitting there in complete and utter shock. Like,
why me?
Like my jaw dropped to the ground, and the ultrasound tech to this day said she's never seen anyone more shocked than me about finding out that I had twins. And Kyle wasn't even there.
I'm at the range.
Kyle was at the range that day, and I gave him a call after the ultrasound, and he said, "Is everything okay?" I said, "Yeah, I mean, you could say that." And he said, "So what happened?" I said, "Well, we're having 2. And he he didn't say a word. He goes, what does that mean, after like 30 seconds? I said, that means we're having twins.
Now, I thought you were joking because
Yeah.
you had done it before when you were getting your hair cut, and you sent me a picture of some random person's hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pink. So
Yeah.
I thought it was another joke.
Right. So, so he's like, oh, you're joking. I was like, I swear I wouldn't joke about something like this. This is not something you joke about. And so he's like, send me a picture of the ultrasound. I was like, you got it. And so I got off the phone, sent him a picture of the ultrasound, calls me back. And he said, I kid you not, verbatim, he said, you could have gotten that anywhere off the internet. I was like, Kyle, the ultrasound picture, has your name and your birthday and all that. So there's no way I could have, there's no way I could have photoshopped it, no way I could have made it up. So that's how far I was 7 weeks when at that point, well, I was like 7.5 weeks at this point. Usually they don't do an ultrasound until 8 weeks, but they didn't know how far along I was, so they couldn't even hear the heartbeat yet. They just saw that it was 2 sacs that I was carrying. So then I went in a couple weeks later and they did the heartbeats and everything looked good. And they determined who baby A and baby B was, and that was all great. And that was the beginning of our ride. So we ended up having 2 boys.
We're having them at the same time.
We're having 2 boys. They're Di twins, boys, which Di means that they have their own sacs and their own placentas, so they have 2 of each. And it's actually the safest kind of twin pregnancy that you can have because they both have separate everything. And when we found out they were boys, we were ecstatic, I think is the word. I did not want girls, and neither did he.
No.
He didn't want girls at all. And so when we found out it was 2 boys, I was pumped, to say the least. I was so excited. And so people ask all the time, did you want boys? Yes. Absolutely, 100%.
Maybe for the next one.
That brings me to my next question. Do you want more kids? Definitely not right now, or even within the near future, or far future.
Maybe when we win the lottery.
Yeah, maybe when all of the kids are out of the house.
Yeah.
And like are in college or something. But at that point I think we'll just want to retire and have time for ourselves because we'll have been raising kids since we were kids. So, do you want more kids? Maybe. I mean, it's not foreseeable right now. How did everyone react to twins? Everyone was really excited.
Yeah, because you're not the one raising them or carrying them.
Everyone was really excited.
They get 2 more kids
I
to
was
play
shocked.
with and then get back.
He was even more shocked than I was. My mom was over the moon excited, and so was his mom. My dad was shocked and then excited. My sister was pissed at me. So mad. For like a few days, I would say. Like a good 3 or 4 days. And then she came around and she was so excited, of course.
She's gonna hate you for saying that.
I don't care. And everyone else, all my other siblings, really excited. His siblings, really excited.
Of course.
And all our friends and family were really supportive, really excited. We didn't really have anyone that was like, you're gonna regret it, or anything like that, which I kind of expected. I kind of expected some people to be like, you guys are insane, which totally would have agreed, but. Oh, are they fraternal and do you have names? We don't actually know yet if we don't know 100% if they're fraternal. There's a 30% chance still that they are identical. Since they're Di, if it was a boy girl, obviously it would be fraternal. But since they're both the same gender there's a 30% chance that they're identical and a 70% chance that they're fraternal. I'm taking a wild guess that they're fraternal, just because you can see different, like to me, you can see differences on the ultrasound pictures between the two of them. I personally can. Like they have different noses. For sure. Like baby B has my nose 100% and A has your nose. I don't know. I think they're gonna be fraternal. But once they are born, you can do a DNA test to figure out if they're identical or not.
Or just look at them.
Well, you can look at them, but a lot of parents say that their fraternal twins look identical for a long time. Do you have names? Yes. Easton and Nolan. Easton J and Nolan Reed. They're both baseball names, if you guys caught on to that. Easton is like a bat brand. I just love the name Easton, I don't know.
I'm gonna swing him at everything.
And then Nolan, like Nolan Ryan. Jay is my dad's middle name. And then Reed, honestly, Tabitha one day just said, Nolan Reed is really cute. I was like, you know what, it really is. And I just stuck with that one. Kyle liked it. We went back and forth on names a lot because I liked names that he didn't like, he liked names that I didn't like, and then finally we just agreed on the two of them.
They're so-called gender neutral names.
Yeah, gender neutral. More girly. I liked, but I mean, we compromised, so.
She wouldn't let me name one Patricia. That's a gender neutral name.
No, it's not at all.
Are you sure? Dave calls me Patricia all the time.
It's because he's making fun of you.
Oh.
Last question, how is carrying twins, the pros?
Rough. They're heavy.
The pros and the cons.
My back hurts. I gotta eat all the time.
You just take it away.
I wake up to go pee 24/7 and wake Kyle up. I mean, the list just goes on. The pros is
Pros, I can eat whatever I want. That's for sure. You get more doctor's appointments. You get more ultrasounds. So I can go, right now I'm going every 2 weeks to get ultrasounds and get their heartbeats. So I can see them more often. Usually in a singleton pregnancy, you only go 2 or 3 times, I think, during your whole pregnancy. And I've gotten like 15 ultrasounds already.
Yeah.
And I'm 26 weeks. So, and then once you get closer, you start going weekly. And you also have to, all multiple pregnancies are considered high risk. So I also have to go to a high risk doctor here in Crestview, and they also do ultrasounds there. So I'm getting like double the amount of ultrasounds that a normal pregnancy would get, which is, I really like that because especially since it's my first pregnancy, it's nerve-wracking sometimes to not know what's going on and to make sure that, like, I always want to know that they're okay, obviously. And so it's kind of like a peace of mind kind of thing.
Yeah.
Cons, you pretty much nailed all the cons. You do gain weight faster.
Especially during the pregnancy too.
You gain weight faster. Because there are there's 2 of them, but they grow the same rate as a normal child would, so
it's just crazy.
So yeah, so I have, right now the baby's supposed to be around 2.5 pounds. So a normal pregnancy, a singleton pregnancy, would have 1 2.5 pound baby inside of them. I have 2 2.5 pound babies, which is mind-blowing. So I have 5 pounds of baby, and they're all scrunched up inside my belly. Other cons, yeah, I have to pee all the time. Constantly have to pee, especially in the middle of the night, which is the worst because you have lower ligament pain and you have to sit yourself up, and it's just painful and not fun.
And I wake up.
That's besides the point. It's just uncomfortable. None of my clothes fit me anymore. That sucks. That sucks bad. Okay, so we're gonna end the video there, I think. Okay, make sure that you give us a thumbs up and you subscribe to our channel. This is obviously our first video, so our videos after this are just gonna be like update videos kind of, and then once the twins come we'll do like a weekly update probably, just to make sure that all the family and friends know what's going on and all that good stuff. So
yeah,
thanks for watching. Say thank you to our viewers.
Thank you for watching, viewers.
Okay, great. Thank you for watching, genuinely. What are you doing?
We have to act like we love each other.
Okay. Thanks. Good day.